This is a car, and these are golf clubs. I've bought this car, a very special car to me, for less money than what these are worth. And there's a point to it, I think. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here, guys. Little bit different today. Today we're not just talking about golf clubs. Well, we are, but we're talking about the price of golf clubs and the value of golf clubs. You see, guys, on my other channel, the Robinsons, of course, I've bought back my first ever car, and it's made me really, really happy. It's making a few funny noises at the moment, but that's neither here nor there. Guys, I got this car for cheaper than I could sell these golf clubs for. The guys at Golf Clubs for Cash offered me just shy of £1,300 for these clubs, and I got the car for £1,200. So, in my eyes there, let's hit some shots. In my eyes there, I'm winning. I'm winning there. I've got a car for a decent price, and I've driven the car here today, and we've done some filming already in there. Oof, that was a stiff one. So in today's video, I'm talking to you about, I'm talking in the introduction, I bought this car for less money than the guys at Golf Clubs for Cash offered me for my golf clubs. And that, I'm not gonna lie guys, this is a bit of a plug for my second channel, the Robinsons, of course. If you want to go and check that out, by all means go over. You can see, I think the video today is the one where I shocked Laura that I bought this car, because she had no idea. That looks a bit warm actually there now. I'll turn that down a little bit. She had no idea that I did buy this car. I bought it for a bit of a laugh. This was my first ever car. This is the same car, the same colour, the same reg, plate, number, year, whatever. It's got 50,000 miles on it, so I paid £1,200 for it. And the guys at Golf Clubs for Cash, off the top of my head, offered me just shy of £1,300 for my golf clubs. And this is a bit of a different video. This video is going to be split between here in the car and back in the studio talking about golf clubs. If you do just want to see a video of me testing drives and testing golf clubs in the studio, then maybe come back tomorrow. I'm sorry if this isn't for you, but it's a bit of a passion project for me more than anything. Obviously we're still in lockdown. I'm allowed to drive to work to do some bits in the studio by myself. That's exactly what we're doing. And I'm going to get straight into it regards to the price of maybe a car, for example. So like I said, this car was quite cheap, it was pretty budget, it hasn't got heated seats, it hasn't got, to be honest, it's got 5 gears, 4 wheels and a steering wheel, and that's pretty much all it has got. It's not very fast. I have to close and open the boot manually. I know, world's smallest violin, but if you can see, you can see because this is a video, not a podcast, if you can see the smile on my face that this car's brought to me over the last few days since I've had it, then this is where it ties into the price of golf clubs. Because if I buy an expensive set of golf clubs, oh yes please, I'm bringing the K8 every single time. Generally, as you see there, they might feel a little bit better, they might perform, they should perform a little bit better for you, especially if they have been fitted. But generally, what more do you get? Let's concentrate on here. What more do you get for your money? Also, I apologise if GoPro is moving around a bit. I haven't quite mastered that yet. I'm better filming golf videos, definitely. But oh, we've even got water in the washers. Getting. And it comes down to as well, like, what do you do with that money? So for me, obviously, like I said, this car was fairly cheap. I've just put £25 in it, unleaded. And it's going to go, I mean, it's nearly a full tank, that, so it's going to go for me. It's going to get me to work probably a few times, whereas my car does like 19 to the gallon. It's really not ideal, it's really not ideal. But this one probably does like 40 odd, but it's a cheaper car. And just throwing it in and out of corners, just reminiscing about, I'm not going to lie, oh, that was quick. I'm not going to lie, if this wasn't my first car, I didn't have the memories I've got in it, I don't think I'd be enjoying it quite as much. Obviously, we're still in a bit of a honeymoon period, which you can be, look at this, 0 to 60 in 13.7 seconds. It's not ideal. I'm still in a bit of a honeymoon period with it, and I'm loving it, I'm really enjoying it. I think if I was getting up, obviously I haven't sold my car, I need to put that one out there as well. This is more of a test and a comparison. But if I was to drive this every day and had to, I think those, tell we're in 5th gear and we've just got to 60. I think those little kind of nuances that it has that at the moment I find quite romantic, I find quite fun. People look at you and like smile, because I don't know why they smile, to be honest. No one smiles at you when you're in a BMW, but people look at you, they smile, and I don't know if that would wear off. And if we relate that back to the golf clubs, so if I was to buy cheap golf clubs, if I was to buy a full beginner's set, yeah, I could go and play golf. If I hit some good shots, I could enjoy my golf. I need to slow down here. We're in 70 miles an hour on the motorway in 5th, and it's, I mean, you can hear it. We might find some B roads, I think, in a minute. That would be ideal. So you'll see that I've covered a lot of the points already in that montage in the car on the way here. And a lot of people might be asking, well, if that's the case, why do you use expensive golf clubs? Why do you have a car that's a little bit more expensive than that Ford Ka piece of outside? Well, you see, for me, golf's my job. It's been my hobby all my life, and I want to get as good as I can at it, or I wanted to get as good as I could at it. I'm still here, but I definitely think that if you are serious about it and you want to get as good as you can, you want to shoot as lower numbers as you can, then club fittings and all those marginal gains definitely help for something. I can tell Gaz has been here because there's golf balls everywhere. Gaz. And when it comes to golf clubs and it comes to spending money on golf clubs, what do you get for that extra money? You get the name, you get maybe the feel, you get the aesthetics. I mean, I must say that when I've tested cheap golf clubs in the past, they definitely don't feel as good as maybe a Ford Mizuno iron. They definitely don't look as good as maybe a TaylorMade Sim driver. But performance-wise, it's very, very similar, isn't it? But there's never that much in it unless you're out on the golf course and you're talking consistency levels through maybe a best part of a season, through maybe a couple of rounds. And it's the same thought that I had with the car. You see, that car got me here today pretty much the same time that my car would have done, albeit with less comfort, albeit I didn't have my heated seat, so my back's a little bit stiffer than it would be normally, and albeit I couldn't listen to my podcasts because I couldn't connect it to the car, which was quite annoying. But I'm still here, I'm here alive, and I'm here at a similar time that I would be if I'd have brought my car that I pay monthly payments on. That was a lovely swing. Why can't I swing like that every time? Maybe I need a stiff back. Maybe I should drive here in the Ford Ka every single time I come. I do like podcasts though. But I think it's so important that you don't have to, I always relate my content back to car content, like you guys always know. It's a big passion of mine. I'm not a good driver. I'll put both hands on the wheel when I say that. I'm not a good driver, but I just love driving cars. I've always loved having different cars. And you don't have to do it expensively. If your hobby was, I'm going to say horses, I don't imagine you can buy a cheap horse, but if your hobby is anything and you can do that cheaply, like I bought this car and I might get rid of it in a month's time, in 6 weeks time, and I'm probably not going to lose that much. I'll send it to We Buy Any Car. I'll definitely do a video on it on the Robinsons Off Course channel, because I think that'll be quite good content, to be honest, see how much they offer and see how much we actually get. But it'll have given me some thrills, it'll have given me something to do like this now. This is more of a, is that the police behind us? It doesn't matter if it is, because we're only doing 70. It's given me something to do, it's given me something to think about, it's given me something to look forward to, and that's exactly what a cheap set of golf clubs can do for you as well. Now, if you're in the position to get an expensive car, or to get expensive golf clubs or whatever, and you want the most out of your hobby, then I don't think I've got a problem with that. There's nothing too bad about that. You may notice some boxes in the back, I don't know if you can see them. We've got some reviews coming as well for Wednesday, so make sure you do stay tuned for that. But I massively just think, if you can enjoy yourself for cheap, I would love nothing more than to go and buy a second-hand Porsche, a second-hand whatever. Hopefully one day I might be able to do that, and go and enjoy it, go and test it, go and drive it around, not like an idiot, but just kind of have something like that as a hobby. One of the big reasons why I started the second channel was to have a hobby, because golf was my hobby. Golf's always been my entire life, and now is my life. Now it's my job. Well, it's been my job for quite a while. It's been my vocation, my career, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love waking up in the morning and going and teaching, or going and reviewing some clubs or something like that. I do apologise if the engine's a bit noisy and you can't hear me very well, but it's getting us there. It's getting us there. So, and you see, there'll be a lot of you out there who are thinking, what a strange video this is, what a random video it is. And to be honest, I absolutely agree with you. It is a strange video. It is a random video, but when we talk about prices for golf clubs and we talk about the price of things nowadays, it does get you thinking that if I can buy a car that works, and I say reliable, but I don't think it's going to be. Some of the noises I heard weren't great. But if I can buy a car and insure a car and drive a car for the same price as a set of golf clubs, which holds more value, which holds more merit, more worth, more usefulness? Because golf clubs are nice, aren't they? But I guess it depends what your hobby is. Oh, I thought that was going to be good, just turned it a little bit. So guys, get in the comments below and let me know, what do you think is worth more? If I were to offer you that car outside, if I were to offer you these golf clubs here, I've got a feeling that most of us might say the golf clubs, but then for me, if you're wanting to get into golf and you're not sure if you should, you're not sure if you can afford it, treat it like buying your first car. Treat it like I bought my first car there. Buy something cheap, buy something hopefully pretty reliable that you're not going to have to replace. I'm not too sure about that one, but buy something which, if you know you like it and you know you're going to take it up more seriously, then you're not going to lose too much money on, and then you can upgrade into something else, i.e. the car. Apart from that, guys, I'm going to leave you on hopefully a good golf shot when we get back in said car. Oh, yes, please. I'm bringing the K8 every single time. Wow. Another thing, obviously, if you go and get cheap golf clubs, you've got to ask yourself, well, how long are they going to last? You never really grow out of a car, do you? Like, I've shown here this car's 12 years old, maybe nearly 13 years old, and I've been driving that amount of time, hence why it was my first car. I haven't grown out of it. Like, yeah, I've got fatter and I've got a bit bigger, but apart from that, we're getting off the motorway now, so you might be able to hear me a bit more. I've driven this car a couple of times now in the last few days, and don't get me wrong, it's not as nice, it doesn't feel as nice. I can't have my Bluetooth on, I can't have my heated seats on. I'm not a bit higher up and a nicer driving position, but I haven't outgrown it. It doesn't not suit me anymore. This is going to get me to work in the same time as my car would do. So if you don't know, my car's fairly quick, it's got a decent engine in it. It's an M40i X4, and I love it to bits. But I don't speed because it's illegal, and you can't speed because you get tickets and then it costs you money, and then eventually you could lose your license. So I'm going pretty much the same speed in this, but it actually feels like I'm going a lot faster because I've got to put the effort in. I've got the manual gearbox, so I can drop it into third if I want and give it some, or I can just put it in fifth and let it go. So it's actually probably a more enjoyable drive to work in this. I think that kind of says a lot, doesn't it, about what... I've almost had a bit of an epiphany then. I don't know if you've noticed on camera, but it hasn't got the luxuries, but it's got the emotion, it's got the drive, it makes it a little bit more exciting. I'm sure if I crashed it wouldn't be exciting because it's like a tin can, but this is a 1.3 litre and it's got the engine at the front, it's front wheel drive, it's... Obviously I showed you at the beginning the boot space, which isn't ideal, which is why I didn't get a bigger car personally, because I need one. But so guys, there you go. I'm still just teasing around in this. I'm having the time of my life. It has brought back so many memories, and so many of you on the Robinson's Off Course channel have been really, really supportive of this and said, oh, what a fantastic idea, what a load of fun you look like you're having, it's brilliant, fantastic. And a few people have said, well, why on earth have you done that, you absolute weirdo? And to that I just say, like, it makes me happy. I haven't wanted this car back since that'd be a lie, but as soon as didn't sound amazing, but as soon as I thought, let's get some lifestyle stuff going, I want to do something regarding my passion that isn't golf. Obviously I want to get out with Laura and the dog and do some stuff, and Laura was like, well, you love your cars, don't you, so why don't you do something around cars? And I was like, yeah. And what better place to start than where it all started, here, 2008 1.3 litre 68 brake horsepower Ford Ka. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm not gonna lie, I am filming this segment on my way to the studio. I'm hoping it gets us there. It's starting to make a few funny noises, but if you're watching this from We Buy Any Car, she purrs like an absolute kitten. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this. Something totally different, I know, totally out there, but I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed it, I will apologise, because this is a golf channel, and you all think, well, some of you might think I'm trying to plug this other channel a bit much, but to be honest, the other channel's got like a special place in my heart now. I really love it. Laura's loving it. I think the dog's loving it. He gets fed every day, so he's just living the dream as well. So if you do enjoy this and you think it's a bit of fun, go check out the second channel. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't, leave it alone. That's fine. Guys, thank you so much. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, I will have done the draw for the Ben Ross clubs soon as well. I haven't forgot about that. Obviously with lockdown and that, I've just, to be honest, I wanted to wait to do some on-course content with them. So let me know if that's what you want to see, and I might kind of push that draw back a little bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the videos with the Ben Ross driving irons, because there's a giveaway on there, and it's really, really, to be honest, the good clubs. They are good clubs. Again, for cheap, which is hopefully what I've spoken to you about in the studio. I'll note that down to bring it up. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to have to indicate it because they don't know where I'm going. Ah! Yeah, all right. Guys, thank you so much. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Can we go for an overtake? No. And apart from that, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!